Moscow Station, Space to Ground 1.
And a good view of the dragonfly-looking wings, the solar arrays on the Georges Lemaitre. Those solar arrays with a wingspan of 73 feet.
We have good visual on the target.
The signature characteristic of this largest of all international cargo craft that has been in service to the International Space Station. And a good view from external cameras on the International Space Station. Once again, we're in the home stretch of a 2-week rendezvous for Georges Lemaitre as it sits passively 820 feet away from the aft port of the Zvezda service module, about to begin its departure from the S3 hold point to the next point of station keeping at the S4 hold point.
Range 150. Good visual on the target.
You can see in the lower left-hand corner of this engineering cross-haired view from the camera on the aft port of the Zvezda service module, looking directly at the forward docking probe of the Georges Lemaitre automated transfer vehicle. The two values on the lower left-hand corner of your screen, 139.7, that represents in meters the distance between the two vehicles, and 0.26 at the moment, that's the rate of closure, just about 0.2 of a meter per second of closure between the two craft. Once again, the relative mass of the automated transfer vehicle, some 13.5 tons of mass on the Georges Lemaitre, makes it imperative that it move at a glacial rate towards its final contact and capture with the aft port of the Zvezda service module.
Range 125. Good visual on target. System nominal. Copy.
As mentioned earlier, the docking of the Georges Lemaitre to the Zvezda service module today begins a 2-day process that Alexander Gerst of the European Space Agency and Alexander Skvortsov, his cosmonaut colleague from Roscosmos, will be involved in. They will tomorrow conduct what is called an initial ingress into the ATV, essentially conducting leak checks, opening up the hatch to Georges Lemaitre, installing clamps, and then installing air cleansing equipment for about a 24-hour scrub of the ATV's atmosphere following its 2-week journey from its launch pad in Kourou, French Guiana. The actual final ingress, with the air scrubbing having been completed, will not occur until the wee hours Thursday morning, at which point Gerst and Skvortsov will begin to unload the ATV's cargo in a very methodical process. Quite a bit of cargo being carried on board, 5,910 pounds of dry cargo, some 1,900 pounds of transfer propellant that will be automatically transferred into the tanks in the Russian segment of the International Space Station, leaving some 4,670 pounds of prop available in the ATV itself for reboosts and other maneuvers of the station when required. There are some 1,858 pounds of water, 220 pounds of gas, and a pair of oxygen tanks and 1 tank of air. A total of some 14,555 pounds of cargo and supplies, 7.2 tons in this final delivery call for the European Automated Transfer Vehicle.
Range 50, 50, based on the range ruler measurement. Visual on target nominal. Systems are nominal. Copy all.
"50 meters now separating the two vehicles. Rates are good, and all of Georges Lemaitre's systems are functioning perfectly. We're about 8 minutes away from its arrival at the next station keeping point, called the S4 hold point, that will put the ATV just 62 feet away from its destination.
Range 40, 40 based on the range ruler measurements. Visual on target is nominal. Systems are nominal. Copy.
Georges Lemaitre closing in on its next station keeping point. 38 meters separating the two vehicles. A very, very slow rate of closure. Less than 1/10 of a meter per second right now for the automated transfer vehicle. The videometers that are positioned on the forward port of the Georges Lemaitre automated transfer vehicle just above its docking cone. Those videometers are transitioning to relative attitude guidance, providing the necessary rate and rate of closure information, as well as the range information between the ATV and the aft port of the Zvezda service module during this final phase of the approach for docking.
Range is 30 meters using range ruler. Target is nominal and the system is nominal. Copy.
A delicate orbital ballet being carried out 260 miles above the Earth as the Georges Lemaitre and the International Space Station fly in formation at a speed of 5 miles a second. The Georges Lemaitre closing in for its next station keeping point, expected to arrive about 3 minutes from now. That will be the S4 hold point for about 13 minutes of station keeping at a distance of some 62 feet between the forward docking probe on the Georges Lemaitre and the aft docking port of the Zvezda service module.
Final approach, GNC 12. Range is 19 meters.
And right on time, the Georges Lemaitre automated transfer vehicle has resumed its final approach for docking, departing its station keeping position 62 feet away from the aft port of the Zvezda service module, now headed for a final station keeping point just 36 feet away. That is called the S41 hold point. It will arrive there in about a minute and 45 seconds. This will be a final check of its systems before pressing in for contact and capture.
Range rate is 0.6. Target is nominal. Copy. Range rate is 0.6. Target is nominal and all systems are nominal. Copy.
Good views from both external cameras and this view from a camera on the aft port of the Zvezda service module, showing the forward docking probe on the Georges Lemaitre at the ready for contact and capture about 9 minutes from now. Everything proceeding on track. The rate of closure is less than 1/10 of a meter per second.
Range rate, target and systems are nominal. 11 meters. Range per range ruler. Copy. And the vehicle is slowing down 11 meters per range ruler. Range and range rate nominal. Copy.
And right on track and right on time, Georges Lemaitre is at its final station keeping point, just 36 feet away from the aft port of the Zvezda service module. This final hold point will enable about 5 minutes of systems checks before the command is given for final approach for docking at about 8:26 a.m. Central Time. That final 4 minutes of transit will cover the final 36 feet for the Georges Lemaitre, with an expected docking time still at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time.
Full arrival at S41. So please press on with monitoring station keeping at S41. Copy and work from S41. Moscow station on VHF1. How do you read us? We have you loud and clear, Alexander. Okay, then let's go over to VHF1 and continue there. Moscow copies. Crew is inaudible on VHF1. All systems are nominal. Copy. Range rate is 0.07. And we're back on S-band, so let's go back over to space to ground 1.
This view of the approach for docking by Georges Lemaitre over Russian ground stations now.
Systems are nominal. Copy. 0.07. And the target is nominal. Copy.
12 feet now separating the two vehicles.
0.07. Target is clearly visible. Copy.
Gerst and Skvortsov providing a running commentary to the Russian flight control team. We are now at the ground hands-off point. No more abort capability.
Nominal. Copy. 2 meters.
5 feet away.
Meters. 0.06 range rate. Target is nominal. Copy.
The crew is now hands-off, 3.2 feet separating, standing by for contact and capture.
Copy, chop. 0.07. And target is good. Copy. 0.7 range rate. Target is in the center. Copy. 0.7. Target is good. Copy.
Docking confirmed.
Copy.
Contact and capture at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, right on the dot over southern Kazakhstan. Georges Lemaitre has completed the final docking of an automated transfer vehicle to the International Space Station.
Confirmed. Copy.
International Space Station now in free drift. This is Mission Control Houston standing by now for confirmation of the closure of the hooks to form a hard mate between the two vehicles following a smooth and flawless docking just 5.5 minutes ago.
Copy.
DKR, yes. Read to DKR.
And we have DKR. Copy, DKR.
Есть line. Есть стык совмещен.
Interfaces are aligned.
Принято line. Принято стык совмещен.
Copy.
Журнал событий. Стык обжат, крюки ATV закрыты. Принято.
In the events field, ATV hooks are closed.
Есть hooks closed на символе.
And we also see confirmation that hooks closed on symbol. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. As you heard in that communication between Russian flight controllers and Alexander Skvortsov inside the Zvezda service module, the hooks are now closed, forming a hard mate and a tight interface between the Georges Lemaitre automated transfer vehicle and the International Space Station's Russian segment, completing its 2-week journey from the launch pad in Kourou, French Guiana, to a flawless docking that occurred at 8:30 a.m. Central Time over southern Kazakhstan as the two vehicles, the Georges Lemaitre and the International Space Station, flew in tandem 260 miles above the Earth. So with the ATV now having arrived and will remain at the aft port of Zvezda for the next 5 months,